vlog number 7. It's been a couple of nights since I made one. I think the last one that I made was a real quick one inside the hostel in Nice, which ended up being kind of interesting. There was a Canadian guy there and a Korean girl. I'm not sure if I had spoke about them or not, but they were actually a little bit weird. The Korean was okay. She was pretty quiet. I don't know if she spoke English or not, but the Canadian guy was a little eccentric and in and out of the room all night, and just a little bit creepy. So didn't really enjoy my first day there. Not really all that good. But anyways, I got up and I went and had breakfast in Nice. I walked around a little bit, saw a cathedral. I don't remember what I ate for breakfast, but it was nice. I did it walking around, and then I went to the train station and caught a train to Milan. And that one was about a 5-hour trip, I believe. And on the way, it went up the coast a little ways, so it was really pretty scenery. Not sure if I have a video to post of that or not. Like I said, it's been a couple of days since I really gotten to use this at all. But if I have one, I'll post it. And it was really beautiful. Got to Milan and booked an overnight train to Rome. So I was only going to spend the evening in Milan because not really that interesting. I walked around the city a little bit, but I've never been to New York City. But I'd imagine that Milan would be a cross between New York City and Detroit. But that's just my opinion. It was really, really dirty and nasty, and just, it didn't really look like a good place. I know they have a couple of good sites there and some good shopping, but probably won't be going back there ever. Anyway, so needless to say, when it got dark out, I went back to the train station to wait for my overnight train, and I had a few hours to kill, so I was sitting there jotting down in my journal what to talk about, and I finally got to video blog, and an Italian gentleman sat down next to me and started making small talk, kind of, because he didn't speak English, so it was kind of awkward. He knew maybe 3-4 words, and then like the rest would be Italian, so it was like you'd catch one word and try to understand each other. And he had offered to go get a cup of coffee with me downstairs while we're waiting for the train, so I had a few hours. I was like, why not? We went into Spizzico, I think it is. It's kind of like the Italian McDonald's. And he bought me a cup of coffee, and we chatted the best we could. It was really interesting having a conversation with someone that doesn't speak your language and you don't speak theirs. Very, very interesting. We used Google Translate a little bit, but it was kind of dragging on, and I was a little bit bored with it. And then he started asking me about if I saw this and that in Milan, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to go see?" And I was like, "Oh no, I have to stay at the train station. I'm not leaving anywhere with anyone." He's like, "Oh, okay." So then I made up this thing where I had to take a phone call at 9, and I needed to go find Wi-Fi for it. He didn't get the hint, so he kind of followed me. And I was like, well, I think I'm going to go to McDonald's because they usually have free Wi-Fi. And he goes, oh yeah, McDonald's, let's go. And he starts walking towards the exit of the train station. And I'm like, no, they have one upstairs. I'm going up there. So finally I just kind of stopped. We were walking and I just stopped, and I was like, okay. I said, how do you say thank you? Thank you? Okay. And he kind of got that, and he goes, oh, okay, ciao. And he went on his way, but it was a little bit creepy. Very creepy, actually, towards the end there. And then I saw him like 3 more times when I was waiting for the train. He was like everywhere, and I'm like, does he have a train to catch or what? But anyways, I'm safe. I got on my night train to Rome. I was on a bottom bunk. It actually wasn't that bad. They give you pillows, blankets, water, etc. And I was in an all-girls cabin. There was one lady in there with me when we got on, and then at one of the stops overnight, we had a knock on the door, and someone had got on at another stop in the bunk above me. But it was good. I actually slept decent on there. And then bright and early, they'd knock on the door, give you your ticket back, and say 15 minutes to your stop. So not bad at all. I didn't mind the night train. Got off the night train at 7:20 this morning in Rome, and I took a subway to my hostel, the closest stop to my hostel, and check-in wasn't till 11. It was like 8 o'clock, but I figured I'd see if they had baggage storage or something, at least for my backpack, and there was no answer. It took me a while to find because it's not labeled like a hotel or anything. It's like actually like a private like residence building, and so I walked by it like 3 times, and finally this guy loading a truck was like, "Are you looking for the inn?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "It's right there in building 8. I said, "Thank you." So then I couldn't figure out how to get in because nobody was answering the buzzer. So when someone had came out, I just kind of snuck right in and walked up the stairs. A few flights, 3 or 4 flights, and I wasn't seeing any signs or anything, so I walked back down. Mind you, I had my backpack, and apparently I'm very out of shape. So then another guy sees me at the bottom of the stairs. He goes, "Are you looking for the inn?" And I said, "Yes." He goes, "It's on the 4th or 5th floor. If you get up there, you know, just press the button." So I walked back up, pressed the button, nothing. I waited like 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, obviously they're not here. So I signed on to Skype, and I didn't even get a map when I got off the train or anything, so I was kind of like lost. I was trying not to use data on my phone, but I had to use it a little bit for the map, Google Map. But I Skyped him, and he was out and about already on his way to the forum, so he stopped at a coffee shop, and I met up with him, and we went to the forum, and what is it? Palatine Hill, I think, where all the ruins and stuff are, over near the Colosseum. And we shared an audio guide for that. And then, like, we walked around. That was 7:20 when I got off the train. And then I didn't end up heading back to my hostel until like 2:30. So that whole time I was carrying my backpack around and my coat and sweating my balls off hiking around these ruins, and up and down stairs and up and down stairs. But anyways, when I got back to the hostel, they were very, very friendly. 2 younger guys in the reception playing video games. They had a laundry service, so I gave them my laundry to do and return to me tomorrow. I went back down after I checked in to see if I could meet up with Dan at the Colosseum, but I had got there, I guess, right after it closed, so I'll have to check that out tomorrow. And so I did a little bit of walking around by myself, and I had noticed a bunch of cops and lights and a helicopter, and all of a sudden I looked down the street, and there was a bunch of men in uniforms marching down, and then a bunch of people marching down the street behind them. So I asked someone standing, I said, you know, "Excuse me, you know, what's going on?" And he spoke Italian, so I didn't really understand. All I got from it was "revolution" and "don't go down that street." So I didn't go down the street. I turned right around and marched myself back to the hostel, which is where I am now. Not sure if it's really anything to worry about, but since I'm alone, better safe than sorry.